U.S. political analyst John Pitney is standing by with his take on this. The president has often talked about fake news and the word alternative facts. Of course, that term has come into people's vocabulary under this president. What do you think about this, John?
Well, there's definitely no collusion between Donald Trump and reality. Donald Trump lies like the rest of us breathe. And in this case, the tape of the lying reached the broader public and is causing him a lot of trouble. But in his tweets and with Sarah Sanders' statement, he's doubling down, maintaining that he's right, even though the data say clearly that he's wrong.
One of the things that the reporters of the White House were asking, one of them anyway, was, how often does he do this sort of thing when he meets with other world leaders, sort of making it up as he goes and playing sort of loose with the facts? I mean, what do you think this does with his credibility, his image?
His credibility is pretty much non-existent. I don't think any world leader would take anything that the President of the United States now says at face value. And that's potentially dangerous. The United States could be going into a negotiation with North Korea in the weeks ahead. What happens if the leader of North Korea doesn't agree or believe in what the president is saying? That could have serious consequences.
I also want to ask you, if I can, John, about a former American ambassador to our country, Bruce Heyman. He was appointed by a Democratic president, by Barack Obama, but nevertheless, he really pushing back hard against Donald Trump, and he took to Twitter to basically say, in his mind, Trump is throwing Canada under the bus. Would you agree?
Unfortunately, that seems to be what he's doing, and I feel very apologetic as an American speaking to a Canadian audience.
So where does this go from here?
I think the president will probably try to make amends in some way and try to distract people. And of course, there's so much news coming out of Washington that it's very likely that other kinds of information will supplant this. But really, the damage is done. And it's very unlikely that the prime minister will trust the president. And it's very unlikely other world leaders will trust the president. It's going to take a long time for the United States to recover from this.
John, good to have you with us. Thank you for taking the time to give us your take on this story today.
Thank you.
John Pitney in California.